Hey YouTube, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to do a very simple kind of appetizer that would be good for any holiday meal like Christmas or New Year's or even next Thanksgiving or even Easter. I actually kind of came up with it last Thanksgiving. At the last minute there were a couple people kind of added to the guest list, and I'm one of those people that completely freak out that I'm not made enough food and someone's gonna walk away from my home hungry, and I can't have that because I'd like to, you know, feed people and make sure they had a good holiday. So I kind of looked in my fridge and thought, okay, what's one more little appetizer I could make to kind of tide people over for dinner? And I had all of these ingredients luckily in my house, and I kind of just pulled this out last minute. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna call this, but hopefully I can figure it out when I'm editing this video. We start out with just a brick of cream cheese, softened to room temperature. And then I have a package of that packaged ranch salad dressing dip mix or whatever. It's got all the spices to make your own salad dressing. Put that in there. And then I have a cup of just shredded cheddar cheese. And then we're gonna kind of mix all those things together until all of those ingredients are combined well. If you need a whisk, go ahead and grab that. I have one here just in case. It's been a while since I made this. I made this at last Thanksgiving. Everyone thought that, you know, it was really, really good, but I've not made it since. I like that it's easy. And I like that at any given time, I usually have these ingredients on hand. Mix it up, make sure all that ranch is kind of in there good. Now I did add ham to this last year, and it was good too, but I kind of think it was just better left without, but I bet it would be good with bacon bits too. So get creative, it's your own kitchen. You can get just as creative as you want. That's why we cook at home. Okay, now I have just a roll of those crescent refrigerator dough kind of biscuits. You can find them usually in the refrigerator section. I'm just going to spread my cream cheese mixture out as evenly as I can over these croissants, and I've just kind of pinched the dough all together so that way it's kind of just one big pastry. I don't think a rolled or a puffed pastry would work here, because I don't know. If you try it like that, let me know how it comes out. I bet it's either gonna be delicious or a disaster, I don't know, but that's kind of half of what cooking is, experimental cooking. It's just finding out what works together and what doesn't. All right, it's looking good. At this point, I am just going to start. If you've ever made like cinnamon rolls, we're kind of making a savory cinnamon roll here. We're gonna start by just rolling up the ends of our dough kind of on top of itself, just like you would a cinnamon roll. Trying to keep it tight, but not so tight that your pastry will kind of pop open or your filling will like spread out. Just enough that everything kind of stays right where it needs to be. And if you need to pinch your dough together from the other side, that's fine too. All right. At this point, I've kind of got my log, and see, this is like where the seam side is. I'm going to put that side down. Make sure all my seams are nice and tight. Kind of roll it if you have to. It's a dough. It should comply and go into submission for you. Okay, at this point I'm just gonna pop it in the refrigerator for about an hour just so it kind of firms up a little bit again, and I will meet you back when it's time for the next step. Okay guys, my roll has been in the refrigerator for about an hour. Now I also have it's just a regular circular cake pan here. You could also use a pie plate. I have used both and it turns out just fine. I'm gonna spray it kind of liberally here. I don't want my croissants to to stick to my pan at all. I think I'm just about out of this. I'm going to have to add it to the grocery list. Okay, I'm going to set that aside, and I'm just going to cut my croissants here. I kind of want them even, so I'll have them at first. I'm using a silicone baking mat underneath this, so I'm going to be careful not to cut that. Just like you're going to cut them just like you would cinnamon rolls. And I want 8. So I'm just going to half them again, and half them one more time. Okay, now I'm going to grab my pie plate or my cake tin here, and I'm just going to kind of lay them out just like you would the cinnamon rolls. They got a little squished when I cut them and when it sat for a little while, but that's all right. They'll fluff right back up. Just make sure they all kind of squish together. That looks good. I'm happy. All right, now I have a half of a cup. Oh, hang on, I gotta melt my half a cup of butter. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry, I forgot to melt my half a cup of butter. Now that's 1 full stick of melted butter. And to that, I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic. And then, truthfully, I'm not sure if I measured this out before, but I've got 1 tablespoon of parsley flakes. I'm gonna mix that up, see if I'm happy with it. If not, I'll add some more. Like I said, last year I kind of just made this recipe up on a whim. Yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. So that was 1 tablespoon of the parsley flakes. Now I just kind of got them in this little, I don't know, little cup. And they're not fully dehydrated. They're more on the fresh side, but they're just chopped up for you. That garlic is already smelling so good. Mix it up real good. And then you're just gonna generously kind of brush them with the butter. And we're gonna have extra left over, and that kind of, we reapply the butter at the end. But this is just to add some flavor and kind of build on that garlicky flavor. And the parsley, of course, is just for color, so if you wanted to leave anything out, that would probably be the thing I would choose. If you can't get to it or don't have any, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. All right, these are gonna go in a preheated 375-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna check it at the 15-minute mark, see what they look like, and if I feel like they need more time, I'll go ahead and leave them in for that extra 5 minutes. But 15 to 20, I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, I'm back. My pinwheels or rolls, or I still haven't figured out a name yet. They have just come out of the oven. I will say this, they were in for about 24 minutes. So I'll correct that in the description box below. But I would suggest 20 to 25 minutes depending on your oven. All ovens are a little differently. See, this one got a little brown, but that's okay, not burned, just brown. I realized that this was the end of the log, and I put the side that wasn't quite flat, the side that I didn't cut up. So of course its ridges were higher, and of course browned faster than the rest. So learn from my mistakes. I'm going to give this a good brush with our garlic butter one more time. And then I'm just gonna let it kind of hang out for about, just a few minutes. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just so the butter kind of has a chance to seep in. And then I will plate these, and you can serve them to your guests. My husband and I will just be enjoying them tonight as part of our supper. But that is my quick and easy, on the fly, on the go kind of an appetizer for any kind of a party or gathering, holiday, whatever you will. If you guys like today's video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you like what I do here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I usually put out lots of tasty recipes, and hopefully in the new year I'll be getting kind of my feet wet with something else I've been toying with here. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.